All right. Shoulders rolling up, back and down a couple times, please. Big deep breath in. Step out. Toes are pointed. Abs are in. Come down into your plie. Try and see, obviously my quads are not parallel to the ground. Get kind of close to that. Open those knees, don't let them cave in. Lift up on your toes. Find that balance for a moment. Put the heels down, lift them up and down, just the heels right now. So we're staying low in those quads. You're as low as you feel like you can do right now, not being very warmed up. And you're just lifting and lowering those heels, feeling those calves starting to work. Last two, the last one, stay up on the toes and bring your body all the way up. Come down on your heels, sit down, heels up, and come up. Good. And then adding on if you want. Any kind of arms you would like, that's fine. Four more like this. The last two. And the last one, we're going to sit right back down. And those heels are up. Our quads are as parallel to the ground as feels comfortable. And then again, we're going to lift and lower. 4, 3, 2, all the way up. We're going to tap and tap and swing those arms. In a moment, we're going to turn this into 2 steps to the right in 4, 3, 2, right. If you want, add a hamstring curl at the end. Challenge 3 hamstring curls. And then you're back to your step. So 3 hamstring curls, and then either a grapevine or 2 steps. We're going to stay here, hamstrings only. Bring your palms to face me, bend the elbows, and press back as you hamstring curl. A little bit of tricep warm up. Good. Keep those triceps going, but bring those knees in front. Pressing down, pushing, pushing. Turn it into a little press down. A little bit of shoulder warm up. Good. Then make it bigger. And then make it giant and turn it into a pull down. Point those toes. Up and over. Cross your knees across your body. Nice rotation in that waist. In a moment, we're going to stay on one side and double time it in 4, 3, 2. Here we go. Two more. Good. Step touch. Swing those arms. We're going to take 2 to the left in 4, 3. Here you go. Add on that hamstring, single hamstring curl when you're ready. And now add 3 hamstrings, in, out, in. That was inside leg, outside leg. Leave it hamstrings here. And again, we're going to go to those bent elbows and push back. Sorry, there's a little circus going on next to me. Bring those knees up, press down, and then make it a press with the whole arm. And make it big. till it's a pull down, and then start crossing over. In a moment, we'll stay on the other side and double time it. 4, 3, 2, here you go. Keep going. Last 2. Last 1, step it out, step touch. Roll those shoulders. Good. Wide stance again, shoulders out of your ears, hinge forward, round that whole spine, and then extend that whole spine. We're gonna round and extend. We're gonna drop the right shoulder in, look up over the left. And then left in, look over the right. Good. Shoulders out of your ears, abs in. Big deep breath in. Relax that down. All right, we're gonna grab our bands now. So you're gonna, let's step on that band. Wait, I figured this out a minute ago. There we go. Step on the band with your left foot, but leave a pretty long tail. And grab the band with your right hand. Palm is facing, so your band is on a diagonal. Make sure your left foot is on it nice and securely. I still screwed up, sorry. What was that? I'm sorry, guys. All right, I figured it out. Okay. Woo! Okay, we're gonna start over. Stand on your band. Sorry. Right foot. Bring it into your left hand, palm facing up. And then we're gonna lift that right foot off the ground, and we're gonna lift the arm and the leg at the same time. Still ended up going, but I don't know. I figured this out earlier, but I don't know where my brain went. You guys keep going. I'm gonna see if I can find out what I was doing earlier. I think I just figured it out. Yeah. All right, take a pause. Let's fold that band in half and step on the loop and then hold the rest of the band still in that left hand. Right leg is through. So we're doing that opposite leg, opposite arm. So we're working that shoulder, outside of the shoulder, outside of the hip. 4 more. Last 2. Last 1. Really simple. Just change it so you have the band in both hands. Shift your weight onto that left leg. Right leg is going to lift and lower. Then you're going to lift your arms, and then you're going to put those things together. So now we're working the front of the shoulder. Make sure this left knee is bent, please. So working the glute on that back leg. Hopefully that's your right leg. And the shoulders, fronts of the shoulders. Last 2. Last 1, hold it up there. See how your balance is. Pin the knee a little bit. Push it back, back, back. Push. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just remember that. We'll do that without the balance in a couple minutes. Let's step on the band with your left foot. Goodness gracious. Move your bands into your right hand. You want to turn that left foot in a little bit to get a little bit better angle on that glute. And as you do this, we're lifting that arm to the side. Keep that going, please. Four more. Last 2 like this. Last 1. All you're going to do now is bring those bands into one hand, one loop in each hand. Bend that right knee. Left leg is going to go up. We're going to lift it twice. And then we're going to extend those arms twice. And then we're going to put those 2 things together. Lifting the arms as we lift the leg, pressing through that, feeling that in that glute, feeling it in the fronts of your shoulders. Again, right knee is bent. Leave that up there. Give me a little pulse, lift and pulse, lift and pulse. 3, 2, and 1. Shake that out for just a second. All right, this next one is going to engage that balance again, but I think you're going to be okay without the chair. Step on it with your left foot, but just the toes and the ball of the foot. So most of the band is under the front of your foot. Grab your loopy-loopies. You're going to be doing bicep curls here, but before you do that, I want you to lift that leg off the ground and go into a point and a point. And now what we add is we bicep curl when we're pointing so that maximum tension on the band. You didn't feel that in either place. Choke up, longer tail on that band. You point your toe as you bicep curl, and then toes and fingers get closer to each other. Now, if you want even a little more challenge, lift the leg high enough that your quads are engaging this whole time also. If you do that, the foot is going to get closer to the hand, so you're going to have to make a longer tail again. Balance may be a little bit more of an issue if you do that, so you decide where you want to be, what you want to emphasize. We're just working that left calf in both biceps. Pointing, so the leg doesn't come up and down. Isometric contraction in that quad. Notice if you sat into that right hip, bring it underneath you. Stand as tall as you can, last 2 and last 1. Hopefully you felt that in that calf. I know that was just a little bit. Step back on that calf, press that heel down, lunge forward, get a nice angle, and bend that knee. And then let's come on back up and do the other side. So you step on the band with your right foot, ball of the foot and toes. We're going to be doing those bicep curls, so a little bit of a tail on in each hand. Maybe just start with the pointing. Try a couple biceps and then put the 2 together. And then again, if you want to engage that quad a little more, you can lift that leg a little higher. Try not to sit that left hip out to the side, throw your balance off. And this is me. Really point that toe with some effort, go as far as you can, the best range of motion you can get with that point. Four more. Last 2 and last 1. All right. I think I need to get a second chair. Someone's occupied mine. I'm sorry. All right, so for this one, you probably will want to have your chair now. We're going to step on that band with the left foot, but the whole arch this time. And then that band is in your left hand for now. Right hand will be on the chair. We're going to bend that right knee. And as we lean into this, try not to round your shoulder, try not to do anything weird with your spine. You're in a plank from there, right? And then we're going to bend that knee and press it out. Bend and press. And then you're going to pause with the leg pressed out. Give me a bicep curl. And then we're going to put those 2 things together. I'm going to bicep as I press, curl as I push the foot, curl as you push the foot. Try to keep that thigh pretty far off, not way down here, but pretty far up if you can. Last 2 and last 1. Let's take a quick break. And then we're keeping things as they are. We're going to extend that leg back again. And maybe you drop a little lower this time. Leg is coming up and arm is coming out to the side this time. And we're just lifting that leg a tiny bit, leading with the elbow just to get that rear deltoid action. It's a little bit of a weird angle, not my best moment. and relax. All right, let's switch it up. Someone wanted my chair. All right, so again, that band is going to go across the right foot and into the right hands. Left knee is going to be bent. And as you lunge forward, try and have a nice straight line in your body, right? We're going to lift that leg up. We're going to bend the knee and press it straight. And then we're going to bicep curl. And then we're going to put the two things together. Almost there. And relax for just a second. Leave everything as is. So you're probably going to go a little deeper this time. The arm is going to be coming up and out to the side. And as you do that, you're just going to lift the leg just the tiniest bit. Not a big deal. And relax. All right. Let's grab that chair. We get to sit in that chair for a moment. But of course, you're going to sit near the front of the chair, perched up with good posture. You're going to bring that band around the bottom of the left foot. And then you're going to grab the band with your palm towards the back. And just leave your heel on the ground for now. Drop that shoulder out of your ear. And just see if you can feel a nice tricep press back, kick back. I said palm towards the back, but pinky towards the back is fine too. Otherwise, your wrists will be in a weird position. Last two and last one. Leave your arm by your side. Keep that tricep engaged. Lift that leg up and press a couple times. Just feeling that quad as you bend and straighten, bend and straighten. One more time, bend and straighten. You know what's coming. We're going to lift that leg up. We're going to do both at the same time. So when the leg presses, the arm goes back. Both come in bending, straighten both. Bend and straighten, bend and straighten. Now, if one gets really tired, bring it down and continue with the other. Or keep them both going. Last two. Last one, hold it up, press through the heel, push the arm back, hold, push both, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Ooh, and let's lasso the right foot, please. So band across the right arch, hand down by your side, palm either facing the back or at least pinky facing the back. Press your heel out, and then just try a couple of those tricep press back, kickbacks, extension. Feel that tricep. Last two. Last one with that leg up. Give me a bend and a press, a bend and a press, a bend and a press, and then now we put those two things together. Good. Last time, hold them both up. Push the pinky away from the foot, holding 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax. All right. We're going to take that band. Hopefully you have a back to your chair, around the back of the chair. Just make sure it's low enough. So it should be as low as your hips, right? If you don't have a chair back, you could actually sit on this, right? We're just going to do a little hug a tree, work our chest. So elbows are bent, and literally it's as if you're wrapping your arms around the tree, right? You may feel this a little bit in your shoulders too. We're going to change this in a moment to work those shoulders a little more. Last two, last one, option now to press it up at the same time. So we went from the hug a tree to just a chest press, only on this inclined angle. And relax. Ooh, shake those shoulders out, roll your shoulders out. Let's take a nice big backstroke to one side, opposite hand behind you, and grab the chair back if you can, and give yourself a rotation. Back through center, other arm, big backstroke, grab that chair, opposite hand outside of that knee. Nice, and back through center, roll your shoulders up, back, and down. And let's come off that chair for now, please. All right, we're gonna go back to a little bit more of that adduction work that we did earlier, but this time we're gonna wrap your band around your knees. Just, you don't have to tie it or anything. And then just put the tail in the opposite hand, or in your right hand, okay? You're gonna turn those left toes in. You're gonna bend that right knee a little bit, right? We're gonna just start with a simple lift and lower. And then you're gonna have some options with your hand. You can still work your shoulders, or you could turn it into a bicep curl, or kind of a combination of both, almost as if you're serving, serving the platter, right? A little bicep, a little shoulder, and that leg lifts. If your band is moving around, you wanna make sure that it doesn't climb all the way up onto your hip or down to your knee. Couple more here. All right, and then let's stay leg up, arm up, and we're gonna pulse, 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 and relax. That standing leg, by the way, should have been getting some love too. All right, let's switch it up. And the band is in your left hand now. You're gonna bend that right knee. You're gonna extend that left leg, turn the toes in, flex through the quad so the legs stay straight, and we'll just start with that lift. And then you add whichever you wanted, whether it's bicep curl, a straight arm, or sort of that combination, so it's the serve your platter. Last time, hold it up and we pulse. And relax. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. I need to plug my iPad in. All right, so we're gonna head down to the ground. I don't think you're gonna need your chair at all, so you can have that out of the way. We're not done, you know. We're just changing it up. All right, so we're just gonna start with a bridge, so a little more glute work here. We're gonna fold that band in half, and one hand is gonna go through the fold, and the other hand is gonna hold the tail, and then we're gonna put that across the hips, but we're gonna try to get all 10 fingers on the ground, all 10 fingertips. Notice if your wrist is cocked, put that down. Elbows down, triceps down, and notice if your shoulders lifted up. Let's press them down. Nod your head yes to lengthen out the back of the neck. Heels are right underneath your knees for now. Actually, you know what? Let's get a little extra love. Walk those heels in front of your knees. Deep breath in. On the exhale, lift up against your band, but don't let your band lift. Check that your triceps are still down, so you should be getting tricep work here too. And then we're gonna press up against the band, press up against the band. Press up, shoulders back and down, hips are pushing against the band. You may feel this a little more in your hamstrings with your heels in front. If you wanted even more, you could lift your toes slightly and dig those heels into the ground. 2 more like that, and last one. Relax for just a second. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift right back up again. Let your hands lift up. Leave your hips. They're going to be steady here, but you're going to press your hands down to the ground, down to the ground. So again, working a little bit of tricep here. Press and press and press. And then relax. All right, you probably know what's coming. We're going to put those 2 things together so that we will always be pushing against the band. Deep breath in, exhale, lift those hips, and then we're going to press the hands all the way to the ground as you lift the hips a little higher. So press down as you lift up, down as you lift up, down and up. Couple more. Last one, leave it up, and I want pulses. Hands down, hips up, down and up, down and up, down up, down up, down up, down up, down up. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Woo, hopefully you felt those. Let's just take a quick moment, wrap that band around your right hamstring and hug that in. Bring it up towards your chest and then off to the right, giving it a little stretch here. And then we're going to switch it up. Right leg goes out. Band comes behind your left hamstring. Hug it in. And then relax that down. All right. So now keep your band folded in half, please, and wrap that around your thigh. And you can take one hand through the loop and then grab the tail with the other hand and lie on your side. Knees are bent, rib cage off the ground, and let's do our knuckle down. So that means your knuckles are pressing into the ground. So again, you're going to be working that arm just a little bit. Waistline is lifted, and let's put those feet in the Pilates V. So heels together, toes apart. Lift up against the band, stay there, and then from there, you're going to press farther open, more and more and more, and press. Outer hip, should be feeling this. Good, leave that leg open and repulsing. Pulse, pulse, pulse. And relax. Hopefully that top hip felt that. And let's switch to the other side, please. So we go through the loop and then grab the tail. We're going to bend the knees. We're going to lie down. We're going to lift that waistline so those abs are engaged, knuckling down. Lift that waistline, heels together, toes apart, Pilates V. Push up and then press open more and open more. Good. From there, pulse it open, pulse, pulse. And relax. All right. Let's come up over onto our, well, let's start hands and knees and drape that band, and you do not have to have it folded in half anymore, across your shoulder blades. And then you're going to come down onto your elbows. Now, with the bands single, not double, you may want to choke up on it just a little bit. So as you come down here, I want you to just find yourself in a plank, forward plank. But then I want you to rotate towards me and take that top arm and lift it and open up. Reach for the sky with your hips, stretch open with that top arm, and then gently come back through center. Hold for a moment, and you're going to rotate to the back and open that arm and lift to the sky. And then come back through center, hold that forward plank, rotate open, really lift the hips, and bring that down. And back through center, rotate away, lift the hip, open the arm, and then gently come down and just take a little break. You can sit back, you can let your band go for a moment. Good, and then let's come on back onto our spines. And you will go back to that folded band, please. We're going to bring that band behind the hamstrings for now. And then put the feet on the ground. And palms are facing you as if you're going to do a bicep curl, because you kind of are. Deep breath in. On the exhale, keeping all 10 toes and the heels on the ground. Roll yourself up and see if you get here and you can't go any farther unless you lift your feet. I don't want you to do that, but I want you to see if you can roll yourself all the way up to those legs. And then on the exhale, rolling down with control, a vertebra at a time. Now I know that a lot of you can do this without the band, but I want you to use the band today so that you can go as slowly as possible and see if you can articulate each little vertebra and really take your time. I think you'll feel it a little bit more in your abs. Couple more times. So your biceps are helping as much or as little as you want. But again, if you want to really get that articulation, you might let them help out a little bit. Let me help, please. All right. And then you're going to lie down and you're going to bring those legs in tabletop. And we're still holding onto those bands, shoulders out of your ears. Deep breath in. On the exhale, snap your belly button down and get your ribs and hips close together. And now you're going to want to loosen up your grip because we're going to let those legs travel away from us. But again, we're using those arms to control it a little bit so that we don't flop down, right? And then I can bring my arms back up with my legs. And then once again, you get to decide how much you're going to use the arms and how much are you going to use the abs. And again, I know a lot of us don't, a lot of you, us, whatever, everyone, you might not need the bands at all, but just hang on to them so that you can maybe take it a little slower and notice, oh, that side of the sacrum goes down a little before the other one. Can I even that up? Did my knees wobble to one side? Is one knee up and the other one down? Can I even that up and figure out where I need to do that? And then take a break. All right. We're going to put those two things together. But we're not going to get to kick our legs around, right? So we're going to lift ourselves up. We're going to do our best. So you probably have to really choke up on that band at this point. And we're going to try to come up without letting those knees move too far away. And then as we roll down, we're going to lower the knees away from us. So as you come up, your knees come closer. And as you come down, your knees go farther away. Now, once again, see how slowly you could take this so that you can feel each little movement. If this is a lot on your low back, then go back to just your upper body or go back to just your lower body. And then on this last one, let's stay down, because you guys probably know what's coming. What's coming is everything's straight, but we're gonna take that in little steps. So just bring yourself up enough that you can lasso your feet by putting that band across the tops of your feet. Have your feet a little bit apart, and then bring that through the arches, right? So you're kind of doubled up on your feet. And then again, you'll just hold on to the tail here. And then I want you to think about what we just did, right? So we come up, and then as we come down, those legs lower, right? Sorry, I need just to mix up a little bit. And then next time you come up, let's stay here. And let's extend the legs straight. All right, so this is the next step. If it's too much, then go back to any of the previous ones. Otherwise, arms and legs down, and then arms and legs up. So teaser. And I like the way we teased our way into it. Two more, and then we're all going to try and meet in that V. Last one, everything up, find that V. Notice if you've rounded, can you extend and lift and reach? 3, 2, 1. Woo, bend those knees, roll your shoulders out of your ears, untangle those feet. You can sit comfortably, legs crossed, and let's just allow the hands to come forward and drop your head and get a nice stretch of the back of the neck and the upper back. Press yourself up, uncross your legs, recross them the other way for me, please. And same thing, hands come forward, and then just allow everything to drop and hang. And then we will gently come up. All right, from this seated position, go ahead, keep your feet on the ground. And let's fold that band in half. You're gonna bring your hands about shoulder width apart, maybe a tiny bit more. Palms are facing down, and you're just holding that band between your thumb and the index fingers. You don't need a big grip here. Shoulders out of your ears. Give me a little hinge back on the exhale. And then pull your belly button in, bring those ribs and hips a little closer together. Try and keep your knees where they are, but rotate towards me and tap the ground center. Same thing again, same direction. To me and tap, or back to center. Make sure you're not rounding in those lower vertebrae, or instead of, helping, will be hindering by kind of grinding down on those bones. Last two. And last one, come up, take a little break, sit tall, exhale, hinge back, arms apart, pull your belly button in, ribs and hips together, and we rotate to the back and forward. And sit all the way up. Take a little break, shoulders out of your ears. Hopefully you guys can feel those. All right. And then from here, no band for now. Come on over onto your side. We're going to go back into our side plank position without a band for now. Your options, knees with all 10 toes up, or a wide stagger, or a close stagger, or feet are stacked up. But let's focus for a minute on those hips. They're going to want to roll open, so roll them forward. That shoulder's going to want to roll forward, so roll it open. And then let's protect this bottom shoulder by pushing it back, lifting up out of it, using those lats, and then lift yourself up. Good. Now, a minute ago, we did this with the band, and I had you open that arm. I want you to do that But then I want you to go 2 more inches behind you and lift that bottom hip. Come back to center, open and center. It might be 1 inch. Small movement and gently come down. And we'll switch sides. So again, elbow under shoulder. You choose how you want your legs to be. Bent knee, crisscross. This shoulder, push it back, lift up out of it, engage those lats, create nice space, and then come on up. We're going to bring that arm up. And then just as we did before, we're going to open an extra inch or so, and then center. Open and center. Two more. And gently down. Beautiful. All right. We're going to come all the way over onto our spine. Bring your hands with you, please. For now, just drape that band across your shins. And hug those shins in for a moment. Take a little rock side to side. And then we're going to put the left foot down and bring that band behind the right leg. Using our biceps, we're going to pull it in nice and close and let it drop to the right and let the left leg drop open. And then we're going to come back to center and we're going to take that band, and you have a couple options here. You can either lasso that right foot by putting the band in front of it and then crisscrossing behind, or if you feel stable enough, put it through the put the foot through the band lengthwise, and then we're going to straighten that leg. And the band is in your right hand. Notice if your right shoulder is off the ground, try and bring it down. And then once again, we're going to open the right leg to the right and the left leg to the left, but this time with that straight leg. While it's over there, see if you can point and flex. And as you do that, think about pressing the ball of the foot and then point the toes, and then the toes come back, all the foot back, heel, and just going through that range of motion a couple times. And then use your left hand to lift everything back up through center, and we'll straighten out that left leg. Flex through the left heel. And then once again, while we're here, let's articulate through that foot a couple times. And then leaving the band in your left hand, bring that leg over to the left, turn your toe in, but try to keep the hip pretty close to the ground. And then if you want, loosen your grip and put your left elbow on the ground and get a big twisty stretch here. With that right leg kind of hanging in the air, that's okay. Then reach over with your right hand and pull everything back through center. Bend that knee, band away, and just cross your left leg right up behind it. Draw some circles on the ceiling, arms into a T, and knees will drop left. Beautiful. Let's come back through center. Pause for a moment, both knees bent. Take that band behind your left hamstring. Hug it in nice and close to your left shoulder, and then let your knees drop open opposite directions. And as we come back through center, we'll lasso that left foot, and once again, you can put your foot through, lengthwise with the band, or lasso it, totally up to you how you want to do it. Left shoulder down, open that leg to the left with a straight leg, right leg opens to the right. And while we're over there, we're going to do that point and flex. And again, try to articulate through each part of your foot. And then right arm reaches over and we grab that leg and we're going to straighten that right leg. And we'll go through that point flex a couple times. And then we're going to bring the leg over to the right, but try to keep the hip down for a moment. And then if you want, loosen that grip a little bit, put your right elbow on the ground and let that left leg hang. And then as you come back through center, bend that knee, cross the right leg behind it, give them a hug, let your hips rock side to side, and then finally, knees drop right. And then options, we're gonna make our way onto our hands and knees. You can rock side to side and press yourself up. You can roll like a ball. You choose how you wanna get there. And meet me on your hands and knees, please. And let's roll through a cat stretch. And inhale, open into a cow, tailbone up, shoulders out of your ears, back of the neck nice and long. And exhale, cat stretch. This time as you inhale into your cow, walk your hands a little bit farther ahead so you can tuck your toes, high plank into down dog. Maybe pedal out one heel at a time. And then a wide stance. Walk it back, bend your knees. Once more, cat stretch and cow. Shoulders out of your ears as you come up.